Hello, Fatterflies and Buttercups. Today is a disability stay in bed day for me, so I thought it was a good opportunity to talk about the TikTok ban, as well as why TikTok has been really important to me and a lot of other people. First of all, I want to point out what we should all know by now, and that is that the TikTok ban, it has nothing to do with national security, and it is all about suppressing freedom of speech. A lot of really important conversations happen on TikTok. I know a lot of people who aren't on TikTok who think that it's just about teenagers dancing. And yeah, there are dance trends on TikTok, which are super fun. If I could do them, I would, but I can't because disability. But just like YouTube, what it started out as is not what it is now, and it has become really important for really crucial conversations, as well as sort of like on the ground depictions of human rights issues, Palestine, sorry, my contacts are dry, the persecution of trans people in the US, like real day-to-day on the ground discussions of racism and misogyny. But another really important thing about TikTok is how many marginalized people have found community on TikTok. TikTok is one of the only places that you can really talk about and find other people who talk about fat liberation. YouTube, it's so bad. It's so bad on YouTube. But it's also a place where a lot of disabled people come to just talk about their experiences, because there are no other places that we're able to get validation about our lived experiences, but also just validation in terms of like, I've been experiencing XYZ, I don't know what's going on. And you can have other people with those same things going on come and say, oh yeah, I deal with this too. And doctor recommendations, information on like which specialists to go and talk to. Okay, I had to change hands because my tremor was shaking the camera too much. As someone who's AFAB and also ADHD, there's like a amazing group of people who specifically talk about how ADHD shows up in AFAB people differently than how it shows up in AMAB people. But even aside from like all of the information gathering and the doctor recommendations, there's a really important part of TikTok for me. So I actually joined TikTok the same year that I got long COVID, which was 2021. And it's when my symptoms were just beginning and I didn't yet know that it was long COVID. So I just happened to start TikTok because, you know, COVID, there wasn't much else to do, right? But over the coming months and then years, it became really important to me as I got really, really sick and I became bedbound. So a lot of my videos were like this. And there were times when the doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't know what was wrong with me. Nobody really knew what long COVID was at the time. There was even a point where my ex-wife and I had to sit down and sort of like talk about what I wanted my final arrangements to be, because we just didn't know what was going on and we didn't know how much worse it was going to get. And it was the friends that I made on TikTok that were just so absolutely instrumental in getting me through all of that. I even made friends who ended up being friends in real life. So this video is already really long, so I'm gonna end it there. on the importance of TikTok. It's so important for activism, for marginalized people finding community, for people with disabilities. God, especially for people with disabilities. But also, let's really not discount the silly little TikTok dances, because you know what? Little bits of joy and fun are not meaningless. They're not superfluous. They are so important for our mental health, our physical health, and just our well-being as human beings. So from TikTok dances to human rights, TikTok is so incredibly important. And we cannot allow it to be banned because, like I said, this is not about national security. This is just about silencing us. And weirdly about boomers hating young people.